Okay, everyone. So yesterday we did a introduction to area. We talked about the differences between perimeter and area, and we went through a few questions together. So let's go over the answers from the On Your Own section, which you were asked to complete. So I'm just going to fill in the answers for these top questions because they're pretty straightforward. So number 7, the answer is 4. Number 9, the answer is 7. It's a little confusing. Question 11, the area is also 11. Question 13, the area is 12. And question 15, the area is 11. Now for question 17 and 19, you were asked to either write area or perimeter. So number 17, covering a patio with tiles, figuring out how many tiles you would need, you would do area. And question 19, gluing a ribbon around a picture frame. That word around should really be a clue for you to identify that you would have to do perimeter. Okay, you had a few on the back to complete. Question 21. Billy will use sod to cover the ground in the enclosure. How much sod does Billy need? The answer is 25 square. I'm going to put an SQ and a dot to shorten, to abbreviate the word square. And we're talking about units. Question 23, it says draw 2 different shapes, each with an area of 10 square units. So you could do something like this, because if you were to divide it up into 1-inch squares, you'd have 8. Or you could do something a little fancier. Could do something like this, because again, if you were to make and just split them into 1 square units, you'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it was really up to you, but these are just 2 examples. Okay, so let's move on to lesson 11.5. We're continuing to work with area. Now for the first handful of activities, it asks you to have 1-inch tiles, 1-inch square tiles. I will post a printable on Google Classroom. If you have access to a printer, you can just print off a sheet of these, or you can just make your own. So that they're 1-inch squares, that means each side is 1 inch. So it kind of is up to you. But here are my 1-inch tiles. So it says for A, place 4 tiles on rectangle A. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to follow the dotted lines that they give me. Let's look at a couple questions. Are there gaps? Can I see part of the rectangle after covering it with my squares? Yes. Are there any overlaps? Are my tile squares on top of each other? No. Jamie says that the area is 4 square inches. So is Jamie's measurement correct? Do the squares show no gaps and have no overlaps? No, there are gaps. Okay, let's look at B. Place 8 tiles on rectangle B. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it says to place 8 of them. So what am I going to have to do? Overlap. Are there any gaps? No, there's no gaps. Are there any overlaps? Yes, I had to place the 2 on top. So he says that the area is 8. Is he correct? Are there gaps? No. Are there overlaps? Yes. If there are overlaps, then it could not be the area. And then C, place 6 tiles. So I'm just going to move them down. Are there any gaps? No. Are there any overlaps? No. So is 6 square inches the correct answer for the area? Yes. 6 square inches. Okay. Let's go on to activity 2. I'm going to move my squares over. It says, estimate the number of blue squares that it would take to cover the gray shape. So if I'm estimating, I'm taking a guess. So if the blue squares are up here, I would say maybe it would take, say 10, just by looking at it. Number 2, estimate the number of green tiles it will take to cover the gray shape. Well, if the green tiles are smaller, then I would need more green tiles and blue tiles. I'm going to say maybe there's 20. Maybe we double it. It says, trace the blue square 10 times and cut out the squares. Trace the green squares and place 36 times and cut out the squares. Cover the gray shape. Count how many and then cover with the other ones. So I'm going to use my tiles from my first one. Remember, these are the same size as the blue one, so that took me 8. Now, if I were to make the green tiles with smaller squares, it would actually take me 32. So that's the area. Okay. Look at another question at the bottom. It says the square is 1 square centimeter. There are how many unit squares in the shape? So if we just count them, I'm going to number them. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So the area is 17 square centimeters. If it helps you to write in the numbers for each square, please do that. That's a great strategy. Okay, we'll do a few more together, and then I want you to try some on your own. It says count to find the area of the shape. Each unit is 1 square centimeter. So if I look at my shape, there's 10 in the shape, so the area is 10. What about for question 2? I notice, and this might be a quicker way for some of you if you're thinking about equal rows, like an array. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4 rows of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 rows of 5, or 4 times 5 would be 20. Now you can only do it like that when there are equal arrays. There's the same in each row. So this one for question 3 wouldn't work. I'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, on your own. I want you to do, let's do the even ones. So 4, 6, 8, and 10. So 4 questions. Pretty easy. So you do the even. If you want more practice, do the odd ones as well.